Are you struggling with extra long nails? Well, here's some tricks to perfect those tips. When it comes to extra long nails, it can be really challenging to get them perfectly straight, and even just a slight variation can make your full set look off. So when we're talking about making sure the nails are straight, we want to make sure that they're straight from basically this top view, but then also from the side view. So we want to make sure that the nail is coming straight out from the finger, and then also straight out from the lower arch. Now, when you're trying to make sure that they're straight out from the finger, it's a good idea to connect the knuckle, that base knuckle, all the way through the end of the extension. So if you were to draw a line all the way through from that knuckle, all the way through down to the end of our tip, this nail is going to look nice and straight. So what do you do if you have a finger that's crooked itself? So on my middle finger, I actually have a crooked finger. So when you're lining up your tips, you want to make sure that you're not applying that tip crooked. So again, you're going to line up from your knuckle all the way through the end of your nail. Now, here's where it can get a little bit tricky, is if you're actually putting a nail on yourself, or if you're not holding your client's finger from the proper direction, when you put your tip on from here, it may be a different direction than what it looks like from here. So let me show you. We put a little bit of our tip and jewel adhesive on just to show you. So if I put the tip on from this direction, it looks like it's straight from here, but when I turn that finger around and I line that up with my knuckle, you're going to see that it looks like it's off center. So make sure that when you are applying the tips that you do take a second to adjust it from that full view, so that you're not just looking at the nail from this direction, that you are looking at that full hand so you can see all of those nails are going to be in line. So on the nails that I've got here, we've got our first nail that's nice and straight. We've got a second one that's a little bit crooked, and then we've got a third one that's definitely crooked and definitely angled downward. So we're gonna talk about each of these individual. Now, if you were gonna be working on this nail and you were gonna be going shorter, a nail that is just slightly crooked, you could actually go in, you could cut that nail a little bit shorter, you could file in those sides, and if the tip started out just a little bit lopsided, a lot of times you can actually straighten that back out and make that look a little bit more straight. But when you're working with those extra long nails, you need all of that extra length, and you can't really cut that down and shorten that up and straighten that out. All right, so when you're putting your tips on, the first thing you want to make sure of is that your client is sitting straight and you're sitting straight. Right now, my client is sitting at just a slight angle, and even that slight angle to me as a tech is going to make a difference when I'm putting my tip on. Because a lot of times when we hold the tip, we're going to want to put that on straight, but if that client's finger isn't straight, it's going to go on crooked. So make sure to straighten out your client, make sure that her hands are coming straight out to you. And then we're also going to adjust how we hold the tip. A lot of times when we put the tip on, we get a good grip on it, we hold, and we can't really see the whole rest of the length of the tip. So a lot of times we hold from up here, set that tip on, rock it on. But from this view, we can't actually see what's going on with the rest of the length of the tip. So when you're putting on those extra long tips, it's going to help you if you hold a little farther back down onto the extension rather than farther back towards the application area. So if we hold from down here, we're going to be able to see that whole entire length, and we're going to be able to tell if that tip is crooked. Again, even just the slightest little shift in that tip is going to really make that extra long nail look even more crooked. So we want to make sure that we're holding that tip on nice and straight when we're applying it. We're not shifting at all, just nice and straight and holding from the end. Okay, so once you do have those nails on, again, we were talking about making sure that the lower arch is nice and straight. Now this one, it looks like it's fairly straight. But if we hold, again, our little brush here, if we hold that up there, we want to make sure that our tip is coming straight out from still that finger. So kind of like we were lining it up with the knuckle, now we're going to line it up with the finger, and we want it to come straight out from basically that cuticle area through that sidewall or through that growth channel and straight out. So this one you can see it is still hanging down just a little bit on the sides, and same thing on this side. just a little bit on the sides there. So to fix that, we can do one of two things. We can either use our straight edge toenail clipper, and we can come in and we can straighten out a little bit of that, take a little bit of that off, straighten that out all the way back towards that natural nail. Okay, so that's one option. The other option, if you are comfortable using the electric file, you can also use the electric file to take that down a little bit. So again, just using that bit, pulling straight down that edge, and that's going to help to straighten out that lower arch so that you're going to be able to have that coming straight out from that natural nail. Now, when you are doing those sidewalls like this, it does help to completely turn that client's hand on the side so that you have that perfect view of that nice straight lower arch. If you're looking from this view and you're trying to take down that lower arch and straighten out that lower arch, you don't have that perfect view. So again, you may be taking off too much, you may not take enough. So if you turn that finger completely on the side, this is going to be able to show you exactly how much of that tip you need to take off so that you have that line nice and straight. Okay, so with this nail, this one went on completely crooked. Okay, so this one, unfortunately, if you end up putting the tip on that crooked, you're probably going to need to take that off and redo it, because with this one, actually with our first nail here, we were able to take off some of those edges and straighten out that nail. With this one, we really can't clip off anything from the side because we need that nail to be coming straight out. So there's not anything that we can replace or fill in on this side to create that straight square. Now, could you take off a little bit on the other side here to straighten that out? Let's take a look. If we were to try to straighten that out, everything that's hanging lower than my brush handle here, that would need to get clipped off. So let's see what happens when we actually clip that off. So to make that come straight out from that natural nail, straight out from that lower arch, again, it's going to be really hard to get that perfectly straight edge. And let's take a little bit of that off there. It's really going to misshape our free edge. So if we again take off all of that product that's hanging low, and even if we were to try to come in and file that nice and straight, what's going to happen is we're going to get a really crooked free edge. Okay? So if you do accidentally put your tip on that crooked, and you can also see from the top angle, it's really angling down this way, it's really curving down that way. So if you do accidentally put your tip on from this angle, it's probably going to be best to just go ahead and clip it off. You could use your toenail clippers, you can use your tip cutter, take that nail off, completely remove that, and then start fresh. Because something like that, you're not really going to be able to correct. This brings us into our next trick on how to work with your extra long nails, and that's your filing. So we're going to file the tip, and we're also going to file the nail once we have acrylic or gel or whatever product you're using. You're also going to file over the top of it. So these techniques that I'm showing you just here on the tip, those are also going to help when you have product on. So when you're filing an extra long nail, you want to make sure, again, that we're keeping that nail straight. So when you're filing your sidewalls, make sure that you're lining your file so that your file is right up next to that sidewall. And to make sure that your file is straight, if you're looking straight at it from this view, you want to make sure that all you see is the blue line down the center of your file. So you don't want to be angling your file and cutting into those edges. Just keep your file straight up and down. Now, when you're working on those extra long nails, it's really important to counterbalance. So if I'm putting pressure with my file here, if I'm not counterbalancing with pressure on the opposite side, when I file, what's going to happen is that file is going to put pressure into that nail. That nail's going to wobble back and forth. So if I were to be filing here, you can see it's putting that pressure in and moving that nail, and we're not going to end up with a nice straight sidewall because it's pushing on the side. A lot of times when we put pressure there, it's actually going to put pressure towards that free edge, and you're probably going to end up taking off more off of that end than you need to. So to counterbalance, we're going to put pressure with our file here. We're going to put pressure with our thumbnail on the other side. And that's going to help to stabilize that nail. Okay, so this way we're going to get a really nice straight sidewall, and it's going to stay nice and straight and square. On the other side, it's a little bit easier because I can use my fingers on this side instead of my thumb. We can use both of those fingers, and same thing on the other side, pressure, and then it's going to counterbalance that pressure. Now, if you can bring pressure all the way down to that free edge, that's going to really help to keep everything nice and straight, and again, keep it from wobbling back and forth. Okay, so again, pressure on both sides, pressure on both sides. Now, with our free edge, when we're shaping the free edge, same thing. We want to make sure that we're putting, kind of balancing that nail, so as we're filing, it's not going to wobble that nail back and forth. So when you're straightening out your free edge, you're going to hold those, you're going to hold that tip on both sides, and then you're going to be able to straighten out that free edge, and it's not going to wobble back and forth. If it is wobbling back and forth, chances are, do you see how as I pull that file, it's taking just a little bit more right from the corner? So just right in that corner. Same thing on the other side. When I pull back, it's taking more from that corner. So you're never going to get that perfect straight square. So that's another reason that we want to make sure we're supporting both sides, keeping that nail perfectly straight and steady. And that's how we're going to get that really nice, perfect, straight free edge. So now let's talk about when you're filing over your enhancements. So say you've already gone through, you've put your product on, you've got acrylic on there, you've got, or your gel, whatever product you have on top there. When you're filing, you're going to be doing those same motions. So again, supporting on your sides to straighten out your sidewalls. Balancing and counter pressure, same thing on that free edge. And then when you're filing over the surface, you want to make sure if you're filing and putting pressure over that free edge area, that you support that nail from underneath, because we don't want to be putting pressure on that free edge. We've built up our stress area. Hopefully you've built up your stress area really nicely. But even still, even if you do put pressure on that free edge, first of all, it's going to be uncomfortable for the client and their nail. Second of all, it's going to start to put unnecessary pressure back at that cuticle area, which also could lead to that product lifting back at that cuticle. So you want to make sure that you're, again, supporting underneath. So if you're filing over that free edge, you're not going to be putting that extra pressure on the free edge. Now, with an extra long nail, we want to make sure that we're filing efficiently. So we don't want to just be filing small sections. So we don't want to just be filing right here. If you turn your file, instead of filing here, adjust your file, turn your file from this direction. This way you're going to be able to file up that whole entire sidewall. So not just filing right here, we're going to actually be filing all the way through here just by turning that file and adjusting that position. So this way it's going to make it much easier for filing and tapering and customizing that nail. I'm still balancing from underneath, but I'm coming a little bit more over to the side here, not underneath where I'm filing. So just coming up and around. Now, it gets a little bit tricky when you're working on the opposite side because we're using our thumb to balance instead of our fingers, but you're still going to work and put a little bit of pressure right there with your thumb. So it's almost supporting underneath, but it's just giving just a little bit more support. Same thing though, you're going to push your file up or pull down all the way through. But again, turning that file, instead of working in one area, you're going to turn that file and work through that whole side. Now, when you're filing those lower arches, again, turn that client's finger on the side, turn the whole hand on the side, and again, you want to be supporting from up on top. You want to make sure that when you're filing that lower arch, you're not lifting up on that nail and on that nail bed. So again, supporting on the top. So it's all about counter pressure. So pressure with your file from underneath, pressure with your fingers from on top. So that way you're not going to be lifting up that nail from the nail bed, and it's going to be nice and comfortable for your client, and you're going to be able to get those really nice straight lower arches. Now, if you are filing with an electric file on these extra long nails, a lot of times what you're going to need to do is bring your bit out a little bit more. You don't want to be using your bit down that far in. What can happen is as you're filing and you're coming through here, on those extra long nails, you're not going to be able to get all the way down to that free edge, all the way down to the end, because your bit isn't going to be able to touch in the proper area. Now, if we were to take that bit, bring that out a little bit more, then we're going to be able to work down the whole length of that nail. Okay, so with those extra long nails, you want to make sure just leave a little bit of extra space in there for your bit so that you can work all the way down the length of the nail. And otherwise, you can always work from down the barrel to make sure that everything is nice and smooth and even. Last thing we want to talk about is curing. Now, when you're curing the nails, the curing itself is the same. So you're not going to change anything time-wise or function-wise with curing. So what you want to be aware of when you are curing these nails in the light is their extra length. So a lot of times when we put our hands into the light, our clients just tuck their hands in there. They don't necessarily really pay attention to where they're putting their hand. Now you want to make sure that they are positioning them in there properly. And with our bling lights, you can use these little spacers as a guide. So if we were to put the client's hand in there, we want to make sure that the light is going to fully cure all the way from the sides and then all the way through the extensions. Now, a lot of times what happens is clients will put their hands too far in. So this back edge of the plate down here is the back edge of the light. And a lot of times what clients do is they put their hands in there and they don't pay attention to where they're putting their hands in, so they bump the back of the light. So if you're trying to apply gel polish on these extra long nails, chances are if your client isn't paying attention, they're going to bump the back of the light, they're going to ding that gel polish, and you're probably going to have to redo it. Now, the other thing that can happen is if they're not positioning their hand in there properly and they put their nails too far back, those lights may not be in the proper position to fully cure those extensions. So you want to make sure that your client is positioning their hand properly, not too far in, but also not too far out. My suggestion is with those extra long nails, I would actually take the base plate of your light off, set that down onto the table for the client, and this way they can position their hand exactly where it needs to be without touching the back, without touching the sides, but still having the proper positioning where the lights are going to be actually curing those nails. And then take the light and set it down on top of their hand. This way you know that they're not going to ding their nails as they're going into the light, and you know that those nails are properly positioned for that full cure. So hopefully some of these tricks are going to help you when you're applying your extra long tips and get nice, straight, beautiful nails.